grind, coffee brewing, Rich Rockwell's on my mind. Mics are high, got that energy flowing, DJ in the booth and the laughter keeps growing. Wrestling announcer spitting lines so quick, like with a football game, and he's a play-by-play slick. Torch in his hand, now he's running the show. Funny man vibes, got that endless flow. Guests lined up, bring them one by one, from the ring to the field, oh this day's just begun. Rich Rockwell, the morning vibe, feel that beat, with the whole tuning in, let the laughter compete. Football plays, wrestling tales, it's all about the zest. This show is for the people, man, we're bringing our best. Yeah, I step up bringing our best. So, we're bringing our best. So, we're bringing our best. Yeah. From local legends to stars on the rise, every week a new voice, endless surprise. Rich keeps it rolling like a perfect pass. Jokes on deck, no worries, just laugh it off fast. Rolling through topics, touch on culture and more. Life's a ring, man, we're ready to score. Got fans in the stands, hear them shout and cheer. Rich hooks us close like a friend always near. Rich Rockwell, the morning vibe, feel that beat, with the whole tuning in, let the laughter compete. Football plays, wrestling tales, it's all about the zest. This show is for the people, man, we're bringing our best. So come on in, it's a party, no regrets. From the mat to the mic, here's the freshest sets. Rich is your guide in this audio race, with laughter and wisdom, it's the ultimate space. So what's next on our list? Bring the fun, don't you fret, with our DJ Rich Rockwell Interior. Don't miss a beat, each episode's a journey where we laugh and we cheer. So strap in tight, folks, the show's pumped up here. Rich Rockwell, the morning vibe, feel that beat, with the whole tuning in, let the laughter compete. Football plays, wrestling tales, it's all about the zest. This show is for the people, man, we're bringing out there. Yeah, man, we're bringing out there. Yeah, man, we're bringing out there. Yeah, I said we're bringing out there. Why?
Yes, sir. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Happy Monday morning. Hope everybody made it through the weekend. I know I barely did.
You barely did.
Yeah, that was a pretty fun night, though.
We did have some fun, man. It was a good time.
It was a great night. You started recycling jalapenos that you swear you didn't eat.
I still don't know where the jalapenos came from.
Given the
pizza.
Giving their beer back in the middle of the patio.
I heard the bartender was a little bit upset with me. I guess I might have gotten a little bit on her jacket or something like that. So.
Oh, yeah. I think you spilled a drink up there or something.
Right. But it was a great time, man. Thank you all for coming out. And thank you, everybody, for coming out and celebrating my 40th birthday with me, man. That was definitely one for the books.
It was epic.
It was epic. So, yeah. Everybody says, when's the next one? I said 50.
41?
Yeah, 50.
Yeah, we do one every 10 years, the milestones, right?
That's a good one, yeah.
You all know the cast, or the host here. To my left, main co-host, Sleepy Joel. How you doing, man?
I'm doing. How about you, brother?
Doing good, man. Doing good. How was the rest of your weekend?
I slept almost all of Sunday.
Yeah?
Didn't go to church or anything. Everybody's calling me, asking me, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I just overslept.
Right. And to my right, back in the saddle again, Angry Patrick. What's up, man?
I also didn't go to church Sunday.
T-Mac says, good morning, beautiful friends. Brad Elkins says, good morning. Yeah, T-Mac just said, who's the stranger to the left of you? Yeah, he's back with us.
What's up, everybody?
How you been, man?
Man, I have been good. I've been so busy. It's not a bad thing at all.
Right.
But, just helping a lot of people buy and sell houses, and it's been awesome.
Now, I heard you said recently you're in like the top 10 of realtors now in Arkansas?
14, number 14.
Okay, all right, so making your way.
I'm working on
Right.
it. Hey, you never know till the end of the year, but
That's awesome,
First
man.
quarter, I was number 14, so that's all right.
Well, not a lot has changed around here in the time outside of the building.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we still have some
Studio,
fun.
the building.
Right. You see, we brought back the Wheel of Pain.
No, I was surprised to see this.
Hey, you don't
Like, man, what a glutton,
you don't have to drive to start hearing banjos again.
right?
At the old studio, I'm like, if I hear banjos, I'm out.
Yeah, it was down in there, but man, it was a great spot.
It
I
was.
appreciate
It was.
those guys over at Legion. They're good people over there.
Yeah, we got a lot of good memories over there. We had the studio. We had the Arkin Brawl event
Oh
over
yeah,
there, man.
Yeah, man, there was a lot of good stuff.
I was just actually looking through some of those pictures the other day. I had somebody reach out and they said, "Hey, do you have any pictures of you announcing?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm sure. Give me a second, I'll send you all." And so I was scrolling through them, and pictures from there popped up, and I was like, "Damn, that was a good show, man."
My debut and final match.
Right, your retirement. That was your
right.
WrestleMania moment.
That was my only moment. 2 cracked ribs later.
Oh, I've had broken ribs before, man. That is the most miserable thing in the world.
Man, it sucked.
So we're going to switch things up today. I know we normally have a formula for the show, and I'm sure everybody would love to hear us do that formula again, especially you and me. And maybe one day we'll be able to get together and do that.
Yeah.
Maybe. But today, we are here for a special reason. Midnight this morning, the new Zeb Floyd album finally dropped that you've been working on for the last ever.
Well, as I learned this morning, dropped doesn't always mean drop. So it was distributed this morning, and I'm sure it's on one of the services because it's on 23 platforms.
Right,
But,
which is awesome.
It is awesome. So it's going to be on iHeart. It'll be on Amazon. It'll be on Spotify. It'll be on Apple Music. So all of those different services. But when it goes out, they have to categorize it, and they do their own internal copyright thing to make sure that I haven't ripped somebody off or whatever. Right.
Right.
But yeah, man, I spent.
That would be
as,
handy.
as some of the people probably watching know, I spent a year and a half working on this project.
Yeah.
It was it was a real challenge to accomplish it and to learn all the AI and stuff that I had to learn to do it. Because most people, just like on this show, when we first started making songs, it was a pretty simple, rudimentary AI. You pick the genre, you pick the type of music, you pick the type of voice, and you pick kind of the beat.
Right.
And that's it. So when I was, I started using better and better platforms until I was using one where you basically arrange everything. You tell it exactly what to do at what time, what instrument to come in, how to come in, all
That's
of
a
these.
crazy amount of detail, man.
It is a crazy amount of detail. And then when I got done making the music, because it's a conceptual album, so it tells a story, right?
Right.
And I was like, I don't feel like there's enough story context here. So I wanted to sci-fi it up a little bit with some segues that would help tell the story. Because in short, the story is, imagine a dystopian future where that an organization called the Directorate, aka the government, controls everything that you say, every word that you use. It's controlled, it's regulated, it's governed.
Right.
And if you use the wrong words, then you're out.
Right.
And
right.
so they have word keepers. Those are like the word police, if you will. And so this guy Zep Floyd, he thinks he thinks he's going to find his purpose as a word keeper, and so he not only becomes a word keeper, he becomes the best word keeper of all time. But along the way, he begins to realize that maybe he's the villain, and not the hero. And so he gets shunned and starts a rebellion with some beings called the shapeshifters. And the shapeshifters are exiled. They don't have an official language they really use. And so it's all based on that.
That's awesome, man. I mean, yeah, a full story like that.
Yeah.
And you essentially came up with this whole story.
I conceptualized all of it to frame what I wanted to do. And there are a lot of clues in it, because to be honest, the truth, we don't know what the truth is.
Right.
We don't know the truth of the story. So there could be many truths to this story. Some of it, legit. Some of it could be red herrings. I mean, you just have to listen to it to find the story yourself, and maybe you can help fill in some of the blanks about Zepp Floyd and the directorate. But it was an amazing process to do. I wanted to come up with something that would combine the things I like most in Zeppelin and in Pink Floyd.
Okay.
And then put a modern twist on it. So it had to have a retro sound.
Right.
It had to have a lot of change-ups and certain effects that Floyd uses. Floyd used a lot of rotators and flanges and different things that change-ups. So all of the songs in it have a lot of change-ups. That's one of the things I think when I was first playing it for you that you noted was that it's always changing. So every time you get used to it, it would move on you.
Right.
You know, and that's the point of it. It's supposed to be super interesting and compelling, whether you're listening to it as a background or you're listening to it as a whole story. It's really an album designed not to ever be skipped.
Right. And one good thing is you keep saying, you know, as you're listening to it, well, everybody that's listening today is going to get a special exclusive and a chance to listen to the full album right now today with you.
Yeah, that is correct. This is I told you when I started working on it, I was going to debut it on your show, and I meant that shit. So this will be the first time that it's played publicly anywhere.
Right.
I have a handful of very close friends of mine who have heard, you know, some of it, some version of it, but not anybody has heard the full version until today. So the first song, it's got a segue, and then the first song, which is the first single, Into the Black.
Okay.
And this is where Zepp first decides he wants to be a word keeper, and he goes, so to speak, into the black.
Okay. All right.
So now I will say, just for interest, that the voices on it, there's a girl that's AI. Zepp Floyd's voiced by my son Noah.
Okay.
And then the
Very
rest
cool.
of the voices are me.
Okay.
In some variation, some manipulation of my voice.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
Yeah.
We're going to check that out here in just a minute and cue it up. I do want to get through some comments here real quick just because everybody's saying good morning. Let's see. Of course, Brad Elkins said good morning. T-Mac, good morning. David Murphy said, what up, people? What up, man? How you doing? Oh, Trucker Wendy, she says good morning, all. Little Doggy, what's up, man?
What up?
How you doing? He says, Rich Rockwell is a beast. And then he said, morning, PJB.
What up? What up?
Tactical says, whoa, where'd y'all find this assholio?
Right, that's exactly right. Under a rock, bro. Under a rock.
He did say, as you were talking about your album, he said it's awesome, goes super deep, brings out a side of Patrick not everyone has seen. Wendy says, can't wait to hear it. Tactical also says, on another note, especially news for you to know for today, severe weather possible for western and central Arkansas overnight tonight, guys.
Okay.
Make sure you have a trustworthy source for weather alerts, and that trustworthy source can be Hartman Weather on Facebook.
Yeah.
So check them out. Also, they just launched their own Patreon. It's just $1. I mean, cheaper than a cup of coffee.
That's cheap.
And you get all the live reports directly from them. So
yeah,
be sure
and
to check
especially
that
if
out.
you're in that area that they really cover, because that's a gap area.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. Now, another kind of surprise for you and for all of our listeners, because this isn't enough of a surprise already, just having you back in the studio and back in the saddle with us. We're going to get to listen to the album, but also it's getting ready to be Arkansas Diamond season, man.
Yeah.
Not too far away. I believe May 23rd is the first home game.
That's going to be awesome, man. They came so close last year.
Yeah,
they were in the championship game. I mean, first year out.
Yep.
I mean, how can you not love that?
And I'll tell you, man, it was I have no doubt they would have won it if they just didn't have so many tough travel problems to overcome.
Yeah, no, they did have a lot. But still, man, what a great first.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But they have given me a chance to give out a pair of tickets to the opening game.
Hell yeah.
All this week long. So y'all stay tuned and listen through because it does tie into the album release, and we'll let everybody know how to get your chance to get 2 tickets to the opening game of the Arkansas Diamonds. Again, I have to double check, but I believe it's May 23rd, which is also going to be their Veterans Appreciation Night.
That's awesome.
So they're already running a special for opening night game. Again, you have a chance to win 2 free tickets on the show all this week, but if you don't win, it's a buy one, get one free for any veterans.
That's
So
awesome.
nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Take advantage of that one.
Moonfall Remedy, what's up, man? How you doing? He says, hey, what's up, guys? Looking forward to Friday. He's going to be coming on with us. He's another gentleman, Kevin Larkin, from right here in Cabot. He had come out with an album that also he used AI for.
Right.
That really deals with a lot of mental,
Yeah,
things inside of things.
mental health and whatnot.
Yeah, so he's going to be coming on Friday to talk to us about that and his new album. So thank you so much for stopping in, man.
It's really cool because, some of us aren't necessarily musically inclined. And by that, I mean, I played trumpet for 4 years in high school or junior high and high school. But, I never learned guitar or piano or anything like that. But, you spend 20 years in the radio business, you hear all the songs every day. You begin to understand what you like a lot and what sounds work. And so I'm hopeful that, what I've done here translates into something that not only is really good and unique, but also is good enough that the masses would, regardless of what genre of music you like, you can appreciate what this is.
Absolutely.
I think.
Absolutely, I think so. Let's go ahead and dive into it. So set us up for we're going to have the the start here and
so the opening segue introduces you to the director and Zepp Floyd. It's right off the bat, and then it goes right into the first single, Into the Black.
Awesome, man. Let's check it out right here. Zepp Floyd by Patrick Beam right here live on Rich and the People.
So, Mr. Zepp Floyd, why do you wish to become a word keeper?
I want to bring meaning to my life. I want to matter. I want to...
To be important?
Well, yes.
Let's hope you do, Zepp Floyd. Let's hope you do. To be a word keeper is to serve precision itself. We do not merely speak, we curate reality. Every syllable is a code that shapes the mind. You will learn to erase before you utter, to replace before you doubt.
And if a word slips unapproved?
Then it is not only language that's corrected, it's the one who spoke it.
just plow. But if you make a misstep, we will have to disavow. Disavow. Disavow, disavow, what now? In the darkness, yet somehow, blind as you be, holier than now. Faster, faster, you will have to run. When tearing down the masses, you can't wait for everyone. You see better than we do. Tell us, faceless figure, tell me how I'll ask you. Tell me how I can't see the forest for the Yeti. But we aren't playing the same new games. You and your minions, your name, the names, your name, the names, into the black.
Helps if we slide the mics up. You know?
Yeah. All right. So that's the first single and the first second track, technically, Into the Black.
Okay. All right. So right now everything's just getting started.
Yeah.
Essentially.
You're just opening up the story of him deciding to pursue this path as a word keeper and to bring meaning to his life. And so he goes into the black, and then so the next segue, is him learning what he can't do.
Okay.
And then the song is called Friendly Advice. It's but it's the opposite of that, really.
Okay.
You know, it's a warning of what's to come and what you have to do. And I really like this song because it's got a lot of great change up in it too.
So not to sound like too cliche or anything, but is this kind of, you know, the with great power comes great responsibility song?
No, it
Okay.
is definitely not.
Okay.
It's the opposite of that.
Okay.
You're going to be a piece of shit if you do this.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Let's listen to it right now.
I definitely couldn't be able to use the force or anything because I would use that shit for such bad things like, poof, your clothes are gone.
All right, let's check it out. The title of this one, you said Friendly Advice.
Yeah.
All right.
Your words, they betray thought outside the collective harmony. You question the official truth. Why?
I only meant to ask.
To ask is to doubt. To doubt is disloyalty. Do you deny pressing like on shapeshifter comments?
I didn't think it mattered.
Everything matters. Every keystroke is a confession. Your silence will be uploaded. Your compliance will be remembered.
All right. We are back, and that one was
Called Friendly Advice.
Friendly Advice. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we've now gone through, for those just joining us, so we started off with the initial kind of start of the story.
Yeah.
And he walked through, essentially, into this new power.
Yeah, that's right. And now he's going through his, the rite of passage to become a word keeper, right?
Right.
That's what's going on. So
Now, before we get into, sorry, I just wanted to pause you there just for a minute. Before we get into what the next song is and kind of further in the story, let's catch up on a few comments here.
Okay.
Let's see. Moonfall Remedy said, thanks, man. That means a lot. We're going back earlier. Saving Wednesday said, good morning, gang. Sorry I couldn't make it out to the party. Sounds like you had a great time. Yeah, absolutely.
Sure did.
Tactical said, such a cool blend. It's literally like if David Gilmour was in Zeppelin. Heard a couple versions of it
cool.
now. All are awesome.
Thank you, man.
Moonfall said, I like it. It's got a great groove. Hey, Patrick, maybe we could get together and collaborate on
Hey,
something
you never
together.
know. I'm open to anything like
Yeah?
that. Yeah,
Awesome.
of course.
What's a good way for him to get in touch with you?
Man, he can call me. Text
You want me to give him your number?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can just give him my
Okay,
number.
yeah, man, I'll absolutely do that for
That's
you,
fine.
for sure, Kevin. David Murphy says, damn, this brings me back to when I was smoking weed, bunch of 17-year-olds in the early 2000s listening to Pink Floyd.
Yeah, no, that's the vibe that it should have to you, is that kind of vibe. But it does shift
Right.
a few times in it because the music has to flow with the arc of the story. So now Luke, I talked to him and got many things. I picked his brain a lot on this.
Yeah.
The next song that comes up is his favorite on the album.
Okay.
And I think it's because it's packaged more like a traditional song a little bit, because you'll note as you listen to these that there's not always a definable exact chorus. It skips some of the traditional song things. I wanted to do that on
Right.
purpose. But this one coming up does. This is where the next segue and into the song is where Zepp is coming into his own.
Okay.
And now he's becoming the great word keeper, the best of the best.
Okay. All right, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's check it out right now.
Today, the directorate named Zepp Floyd Word Keeper of the Year. He did not argue with chaos, he erased it. He taught voices to vanish, meanings to obey, and even the filthy shapeshifters that no disguise survives our language. Order speaks through him, and it is grateful.
Wordkeeper Windsor, I know you are here today celebrating Wordkeeper Floyd, but some are feeling that the Directorate is too harsh on the exiled. Do you feel any responsibility or guilt for their suffering?
Oh, I suppose I have guilt somewhere. I just haven't been able to find any of it lately.
Days become a spell that tumbles to a year. Running in the dark, fueled only by your fear. Get ready, get ready, get ready, they say. Emerge from your cocoon, feel the light of day. They told you it was joy, but why does joy blind you? Are you a guest in hell? Is this just a preview? But then the spotlight is on you. It's your time. The spotlight is on you. You broke the paradigm. Spotlight is on you. At the top of your climb. The spotlight is on you. Power is sublime. most brilliant palette. You're at a mic on a stage, cloaked in your designer jacket. Oh, wild cheers, adulation. It's love but feels funny. You deliver incrimination. They give you lots of money. Currency, can't you see? Credit lines, so very fine. Ethereum is ethereal, yet so very real. The spotlight is on you. It's your time. The spotlight is on you. You broke the paradigm. The spotlight is on you. At the top of your climb. The spotlight is on you. Power is sublime. Only the deepest twinge of guilt. Dirty drifters and shapeshifters relegated to public outrage. And the digital prison I build it and they will come. You're a builder, you're a builder, you're a builder. The spotlight is on you. It's your time. It's your time.
All right, we are back. That was
Yeah, that one is called Your Time.
Your Time.
Yeah.
Your Time.
Yeah, Your Time. And it's the one on the album that sounds the most like a traditional song, you know. It is interesting, though, because when I conceived that song, I wanted the guitar to sound like an alarm tone.
Okay.
And I feel like that if you listen to it, you'll pick up on that. But there's a lot of clues in it. There's a lot of wordplay in it.
Right.
And you probably have to listen to it a handful of times to pick up some of the subtle things that are in there that may change the story for you or alter your perception of it.
Right, right.
You know, and that was one of the things I wanted to do was layer it, you know, with some different clues and things in there like that.
Well, and I was kind of noticing one there at the start where it was talking about him, you know, controlling the chaos and everything.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so, yeah. Now, we have been playing some images from the album between each song here.
Yeah, these are just some images that I've used that are created that will be used at various stages. They represent different songs in the album. So, you know, you'll see them subsequently on the webpage, and you'll see them probably in videos and things like that. Just something that gave some visual aspect to it. One thing you picked up on is that the physical changes in Zepp Floyd, because he starts out this clean-cut, business-looking kid, you know, and as he goes and becomes a rebel, he's got long hair and he looks disheveled and in, you know, some kind of military fatigue type stuff with a bandana, you know. So it shifts from, you know, Word Keeper Zepp to Rebel Zepp.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to ask you. Like one thing, and it may have just been something, you know, that I haven't picked up on yet through all the times of, but so we know where he came across, this, and he decided to step into the power and become a word keeper and everything.
Yeah.
What is the background of Zeb Floyd before all this? Like, was he just a guy that's down on his luck, or
We don't know.
Okay.
We don't have that information.
So that's one
I'd
of
like
those
to
things
know
where-
that information.
Gotcha.
Wouldn't you?
Absolutely,
I mean,
man.
I'd love
think
to
so.
know what led to Zep making that decision that this is what was going to bring meaning to his life.
Right.
These are some of the things that we don't know in the story right now.
Okay. All right.
And maybe there's more than one version. I don't know.
And that's an option for listeners, as you were
Well,
talking
I would
about
love
earlier.
I would love to do some lore building with it, because I think there is a much bigger story here.
Absolutely.
It's just what are the missing pieces?
Right.
I don't know either.
Okay.
But I think there's a lot of creative, very intelligent people out there who can help fill in the blanks and maybe make it a bigger story than it is.
I like that, man. I really do, because it gives a listener a chance to help.
I
shape
think
things.
that's what makes it interesting to listen to more than once, is trying to figure out what the truth is. What is the reality here? Is Zep the good guy?
Right.
I don't know. Is he? The next song, as a matter of fact, kind of, it shows not his darkest hour, but his most arrogant hour.
Okay.
When he's become, as you heard in the last one, Word Keeper of the Year. He is, as a word keeper, he's killing it, so to speak.
Right.
And so this song is called Heavy Handed, and it's because he's become exactly that. He's drunk with power.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got a question real quick?
Yeah, whenever you're building these songs, do you have to like sample MIDI files and compile them that way? Like with each measure, you're going to hear this, and this, and then.
Well, not MIDI files, but certainly, yes, direction. So you're going to notate times that you're going to change up the tempo, for example. You're going to notate, bring in guitar solo right here, in the key of blank.
Okay.
Put rotator here, put flanger here, or flange here,
Wow.
So different effects that you put in that are going to shift it, and you detail all that out, So
And
it's pretty detailed.
And so you still put in like the rest notes and stuff like that, where you want it to just hold off for a second, then come back in.
Yeah, if you want to sustain, or if you want an extended solo, or if you want, to solo each instrument and then come together as a group with a crescendo, there's a lot of different things you might employ to create the effect you want. And that's why it took me a year and a half, because, there were, some of these songs probably had 50 versions that I had worked with and tried and went, it's almost, but not quite. I like this, but I don't like that, And so these are the culmination of all of that. There were a couple or three versions that it hurt to let go of, but once I did, it got much better, and it changed the tone of the album. The very first single, the first version of it was a much slower, Dark Side of the Moonish type Pink Floyd song.
Right.
And I completely changed it, after the next three songs. It was like, well, now the first one, it doesn't work anymore.
Right.
But
so you got to change it up again to make it flow.
This is the first tone shift. This next song completely shifts the vibe of everything, and it's a whole different feel.
This is where everything switches up.
Yeah,
All right.
and it's called Heavy Handed.
Heavy Handed. All right, we're going to listen to that real quick. Let's see. T-Back says, makes me think of David Bowie, and I love David Bowie. Great meaning
I'll take
behind the
that.
lyrics. That's real music to me. Little Doggy said, I want to hear Patrick do a British accent without all the voice changes.
Oh, yeah? You want to hear me do a British accent without all the changes? Yeah,
There you go, man.
indeed.
Yeah, that was
I can
pretty
also do Australian.
Oh, okay.
Crikey. Yeah, I can do a lot of those.
Eric Bowmaster, good morning from Midlothian, Virginia.
Hey, what's up, man?
Moonfall Remedy said, it's a little more involved if you want a certain sound. Working with AI is a little more complicated than just inputting lyrics and pressing create.
Absolutely. I mean, you can do that, but you get what we got on the show, and I'm not besmirching any of that. Those were all... Some of them are really good songs, actually.
Right.
But this was a the complexity of this is very different. This is progressive music which requires so much complexity of instrumentation and effects.
Right
And
on.
so it's a very different vibe than just a regular song.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely. Right now, heavy-handed
Yep.
on Rich and the People.
Today's top story is word keeper Zepp Floyd.
It most certainly is.
Zepp Floyd has yet again been named Word Keeper of the Year, but he's absolutely everywhere right now.
You couldn't have said it better. Listen to these stats. Yes, Zepp Floyd is Word Keeper of the Year, but racked up a lot of new records. Most words kept in a single year. Most silence generated in a single year. Most silence generated by a word keeper in history. Most exiled drifters of all time. And the absolute sexiest word keeper to ever live. Oh no.
Whoa, I don't remember seeing that one. I think somebody has a little crush on Zepp Floyd.
He's just so fucking powerful.
A few double moons ago, I was just a punchline to these birds, just the dirt in a backhoe. I wasn't even worth their words. The irony is damn delicious. It's just so rich. I decided what's said is seditious. Ain't that about a bitch? No matter how fast you are, you can't outrun what you said. No fat cigar, no posh cash bar. If I label your speech red, 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 red. You're clever. See yourself the wielder of wit. Before you pull that lever, better check your transmit. Cause only the echo of an echo, merely whispered in the wind. If you know that I know, then you know I keep words, not friends. No matter how fast you are, you can't run what you said. No fancy Jaguar, no loud guitar, until you get your history is dead. Dead, 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 dead. I wrote the laws you quote by heart, etched them in your screen-lit veins. Every sentence plays its part in the algorithm of your chains. So bow to the keeper of tone, near to the syntax divine. You can beg for your truth on loan, but your meaning's already mine. No matter how fast you are, you cannot think what you said. No avatar, no rising star can save what's already bled. Echoing through your head, every word you ever said. Now your silence is fed. Your file shows repeated use of unsanctioned words. Click. Static. Silence.
All right, we are back. That was Heavy Handed from the Zeb Floyd album by Patrick Beam.
Yes.
So kind of recap that again. So with that song, he was...
So at this stage, you know, he's become a very powerful figure
Right.
in this dystopian world, and he's, you know, exiling people, he's banning people, he's doing everything these word keepers are designed to do, to flush them out of society because they don't use the proper language that's approved.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
Right.
And so he's become a pretty popular figure, but still a dark figure in a lot of ways. And in the next song, which is called The Turn, that name is significant because it is the turn for him.
Okay.
This is where that he makes his mistake, and all of a sudden he goes from the one who's casting people out to being cast out.
Okay.
And so you'll note that it starts with a pretty, and it is a pretty upbeat song, but it starts out sounding like everything's going great, and then it takes a turn, you know, and this is going to lead into, you know, after this into the darkest chapter of it. But this is where he becomes the villain of the directorate.
Okay. All right. And that's kind of what I was wondering, because I noticed, like, in the lyrics there, and I had mentioned them, you know, or I'd kind of taken a note of them as I was listening to the song there. You know, right there at the beginning, he seemed like he kind of maybe gave a little hint to his background, because he said, you know, I wasn't even worth their worst, you know?
Yeah, I wasn't even worth the dirt in the backhoe.
Right.
That's what he says. Yeah. So, you know, clearly he at some point felt unseen.
Right.
You know, and so now he's seen.
Exactly.
Right? And isn't that what is most important to everyone now, is to be seen?
Absolutely.
And so he's in that song, he's bathing in that. He's you know, just drunk with power and just at the height, like I said, of arrogance.
Right,
you know?
right.
And this song picks right up and then takes it down into the next chapter.
Into all right.
Yeah.
And then also I just want to ask, so we know, you know, we're talking about the word keepers and the words you speak, but there was another set of lyrics in there where he said, you know, you can't outrun what you say.
Yeah.
You can't outrun what you think.
Yeah.
So they're not only just after the words you speak.
They're after anything that you do that would violate whatever is acceptable in this society, because in this society your language means everything.
Right.
And if you can't speak the proper language, you know, in the second song it talks about you know, you can talk about anything you want, but no history of wars already fought.
Okay.
You know, because they don't discuss that.
Gotcha.
That's the past.
That's okay.
Yeah, we don't bring those things up. We don't reflect on those things.
Right.
They don't fit us anymore.
Interesting.
So there's no need for that history. You can get rid of that. We're living now.
Okay. All right. Now, just to let everybody know, because for those that are used, we're coming up to 9 o'clock, so they're used to the show ending. You know, we normally only run for an hour. However, since this is just awesome to have you here joining us, man, we're going to run over that. So y'all, please stay tuned. We're not ending anytime soon.
No,
we're going to get through this album, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit longer.
All right. So y'all stay tuned, definitely. Let's see. So the next one, as you said, this is where the turn kind of happens.
This is called the turn, and it is where things begin to go very wrong for him.
Awesome. Let's check it out right now on Rich and the People.
Director, it was a slip. Just a word. I corrected it before transmission. I've served the directorate faithfully. Years of perfect diction.
A word, Zeb, is a seed. Once spoken, it grows roots.
Please, I didn't mean...
Meaning is irrelevant. The system detected deviation, and deviation, word keeper, means silence.
Skrilla, 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 counting my cash, it's a thriller. A gorgeous topless bird brings my breakfast plate. She's just a tawdry echo a relic of last night's day. Softly I palm her, perfectly apple-shaped ass, a nod to the door. It's time to go last. I fetched you a car because I'm not a monster. Why, just last night I let her feed me fresh lobster. Skrilla, 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 counting my cash, it's a thriller. Ate my soul in one bite. Birthday cocktails and drunken advances, my leaders proclaim there are no second chances. Skrilla, skrilla, skrilla. Labeled a shapeshifter, a single mystique, walking amongst the drifters, those who are weeds. 1,000,000 miles on this righteous road, with no foretelling of the turn. My slightest comfort now forebode. They circle and watch my money burn. Skrilla, 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 they burn my cash and call it a thriller.
All right, we are back. And we have a new guest joining us in the studio now. What's up, Ontario?
My man, Ontario.
Chocolate male enhancement.
What is up?
So you were telling us, Patrick, that's the turn. That's basically where.
Yeah. So it you know, as the name implies, it's where that he realizes that he's done wrong and he's now being exiled.
Right.
And so it's where the whole, everything changes in the story, and so you go into the next chapter where he is exiled, and as a matter of fact, it's the darkest song on the album. It's called Drifting.
Okay.
And you'll immediately detect the change in tone.
Okay.
This is, if anything, it's theatrical to some extent because it's covering the arc of a story, right?
Right.
Ontario, you were asking something. What were you saying?
Well, I was listening to it. I was listening to it in the car on the way here.
Oh, were you? Okay,
yes.
cool.
I am a big Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Jimi Hendrix fan.
Okay.
Nice.
And when you first gave us samples of that, I was noticing the different tones. I asked you at that one point in time, I was like in the
Yeah.
studio, and I noticed now that it is a complete project. It's a beta.
Yeah.
I noticed that I do see the curves and the as far as like the instruments as well, the music itself, telling the story as the story goes along. I think that's awesome.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I didn't want to just make music. I wanted to do something with it that I thought would be, first of all, relevant to all of us in one way or another. Because I think all of us value speech, and,
Right.
and you might look at this. One could call it a modern day allegory of social media and cancel culture.
Right.
But I think that there is also a much bigger story here to tell from just an actual story perspective. So that's why I wanted to create something I thought that would involve people and create a greater story we could all build on and try to find what the truth is.
Well, I'm glad that you had mentioned that because, yeah, that's what I was I was going to ask you at some point, kind of where the inspiration came to even do a project like this. Was it just, you woke up one day and said, hey, I think I'm going to make an AI album, or?
No, it wasn't. I started enjoying making songs and trying to make them more akin to what you would hear on the radio, more
Okay.
akin to things like that, and I enjoyed doing that quite a bit. But I don't remember what was going on at the time. There was a lot going on in the world.
Right.
You may not have noticed that the world's been a little busy lately. And at that moment, it seemed like that there was a lot of the cancel culture, and I'd recognized that I didn't enjoy, social media wasn't a place that I enjoyed the way I once did.
Okay.
Because you came off MySpace for the old heads,
Right.
And into the world of Facebook, and Facebook was cool.
Right.
You were running into friends and family and people you hadn't talked to in years, and
Finding long distance relatives asking to borrow $20.
yeah, but there was a lot of fun. People posted a lot of fun stuff on there. People posted memes. They posted this. They posted that, and then during that COVID period, everything really took a dark turn.
Right.
And
right.
it changed the landscape of social media for me, and I think for a lot of people, to be honest with you. And so I'd had that on my mind, I guess, at that time, and I thought, the better way to express that,
Right.
it would be, a creative concept. And I was making music, and I thought, maybe if I worked on it, I could, and it was going to be a quick and easy project.
Right.
A year and a half later, it was neither quick nor easy.
But it's come out sounding so great. In fact, T-Mac just said, this is an amazing album. I swear Patrick could have a successful career as a songwriter. He's so talented and has the gift to connect with the people.
And that's really a kind thing to say, and thank you. If there's anything I've ever had confidence in, I guess it would be writing above and beyond anything else. And I'm just a student of music and love music so much in so many genres and formats. And, I'm not going to tell you that I hear it differently than anyone else, because that would be arrogant and foolish to say. But I do pick up a lot of things in music that if you're just casually listening, you might not. And so I wanted to create music that you could put on in the background.
Right.
And it would sound good. But at the same time, if you really listen to it, you're like, man,
damn, there's
something more to this, and especially when you listen to it as a cohesive story.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Real quick, I noticed that you were saying that when you were creating the album, you were during the time, we were dealing with so much stuff as far as like the climate of social media and society itself.
Yeah.
So down to nitty gritty, as you were going through that process of putting this together, how much of this is strictly Patrick? I mean, not the
great question. Yeah.
Not the stuff you're saying that you put
Right. No, this is 100% me. This is the truest version of me that I could put out. I've been writing. Look, I started writing when I was about 12. My mom was an author. I should say is an author.
Okay.
She's
actually I never knew that, man.
Yeah, she's an author, and she's written a lot of things, and she really, inspired me early on to write. So when I was probably about 12, I started writing poetry.
Okay.
And I wrote poetry for quite a few years. I did get published a couple times.
Nice.
Yeah. No money comes with poetry. Trust me, there's the hose ain't lining up for the poet. You know what I'm saying? It ain't happening. But then I moved that from poetry to other things, and which eventually led to the rant.
Right. Okay.
And which I did. I wrote 872 of those.
Right.
And so writing, I've ghostwritten for other authors.
Okay.
I've done a lot of marketing writing. There's a lot of writing I've done in my life. I've written 2 books that are on Amazon now.
Yeah.
2.5 if you count the one I did with Corey, which is a funny bathroom reading.
Yeah.
So this is the truest version of me coming out in this writing. There's nothing inauthentic. There's no lyrics in it or words in it that I didn't conceptualize myself in the story. I did not take from any other. I mean, look, it's an archetypal story that you watch any big arcing Lord of the Rings, or you watch Serenity and Firefly, or you watch, the original Star Wars. You watch Aliens franchise. Any of these things, they have an arc to them,
right?
And that arc is a common arc in most stories. But this is my version of that and my lore that I wanted to create in it.
Now, as you talk about that it's all you, that put in everything to the project. Especially, I got to ask, with your background, and of course everybody knowing you from your days of, being #1 morning show in the area. How much of the Word Keepers comes from kind of maybe a little bit of personal experience, having to be careful what you're saying on air and everything?
Well, I think that's a good question. I don't know that I've had more experience with that necessarily, but what I have had is a different view. When I got into radio, I think all of us naturally want to speak our minds, whether we do or not.
Right.
And ultimately, as you'll see, particularly in the last 3 songs, it's all about using your voice, because people don't often use their own voice. They're either saying something someone else said,
right,
or they're not speaking at all. And both of those are truths, that exist. And so, for me, when I got into radio, I understood more the value of what some label free speech,
right,
at its root cause or root basis, and that was what I loved about the show that I did, because even though I was a clown and comical, I was saying what I wanted to say.
Right, I got you.
I said what I wanted to say. It was not a scripted thing. It was not the typical hokey whatever's going on. Hey, here we go with a double shot at, dial in if you're a couple who, it's none of that shit.
Right.
It was just my take. And so the value to me of that speech was really important, because as you see in radio even today, and especially the station that sold its soul, they lost that unique authenticity and became just another vanilla corporate reflection, a shadow of what they were. They're just a reflection of what Ryan Seacrest, Bobby Bones are the templates for iHeart.
Right.
And every big conglomerate has their templates that they use.
Agreed.
So if you want to get something that now is going to push the envelope, you have to go to podcast. It's the only way to get it.
Right.
Because radio won't do it for you anymore. It's become solely a vehicle for ads. It's nothing else.
Right.
That's why you don't get diversity in the music.
Right.
You get the same songs. I used to get
the
pissed
same
off.
playlist everywhere.
I used to get pissed off. There was about a year period where I was like, Ozzy has other fucking songs under the graveyard, okay? I've heard it. It's a great song. Can you just pick any other song he's got in play?
Other than Crazy and
dude,
Crazy Train.
Yeah, and there are great bands out there. I'll give you an example. There was a band that was really big in the 90s and 2000s, early 2000s, named Collective Soul.
Oh, yeah, I love Collective Soul.
Great band. They still, in the past 10 years, they put out at least 2 phenomenal albums. Mm-hmm. And I tried everything in my power to get us to be able to play any of it on that station, and they would have nothing to do with it because it wasn't what was tracking and trending.
Right.
Because everything they play is based on a trend or a track. So if you tell them, hey, you're playing the same song, yeah, but it trends well.
Yeah, I got you.
So they fully now have sold out, and that's why you can't find radio where you're like, no, this is the shit, man. This is crazy. This is making me think. This is pushing my envelope.
Right,
Now they're all the same hokey.
Kind of feel good songs, and yeah, man,
Oversaturation of boredom is what I call it.
Right.
It's just a vehicle for money. It's not about music. It's not about personalities for real. It's about just like reality TV is not reality TV. If you still believe reality TV is real, you're way off.
It's more
It may be great. It may be great. I love a lot of reality TV. I eat it like candy, but it ain't real.
Right.
You know, so yeah, back to where you were. To me, the free speech is really a critical thing, and I think a lot of us have somehow decided to trade that in for safety. And, a safe world is not really a safe world. It's really dangerous for you.
Right.
Yeah, no kidding.
Right. Absolutely, man.
And that's a fact.
If I could chime in real quick, Patrick, that right there is that statement, and then pertaining as far as to your music, is excellent statement, because that is the problem. I think a lot of us are so worried about making sure we live in that don't offend anybody.
Where's some sound?
So we're so worried now about not speaking your truth, or not really saying what you have to say.
Whatever it may be, and now I'm not here to tell you that I'm a fan of vile speech. I'm not. I mean, I don't, but
you can get your point across without it.
Well, free speech, you have to defend the speech you don't like as much as the speech you do.
Exactly.
And that's something that people don't like to hear. But that is the basis of it, because we all have something that we're passionate about that we're in the minority on.
Right.
You understand that? There's something you feel strongly about that most people don't give two shits about, to be honest. And when you do speak it, you mean it, you feel it, and it's important to you.
Right.
And so if you're having to follow whatever the protocol is and say only the right thing, then you're depriving yourself of your ability to be as authentic as you are, because those textures that are unique in all of us are what make us special. Otherwise, you're just an automatron going through the motions. You're not living. You're just floating like a Rice Krispie in the milk.
Right.
Also, too, with that, there's something that you might have that needs to be said for somebody else to kind of tune and click in.
Yeah.
And when you're not speaking it, they're missing out.
This is why that the social medias that have become popular, the Instagrams and TikToks, and the new celebrities that you see are coming out of the internet universe, because they've created these authentic characters or authentic voices. Drewski, for example, he's one of my all-time favorites now. He's fantastic. He's phenomenal. Danny Duncan is a great one to watch and follow. Theo Vaughn, everybody loves Theo Vaughn.
Yep.
He's a unique voice, and he's very authentic. And so, everything else is just corporatized.
Right.
So...
Yes.
But back to where our story is, so we can get back on track. So in this arc, Zepp has gone from, a guy who clearly wasn't seen,
right,
to becoming, deciding to become a word keeper, becoming the very best word keeper, and then making a mistake that caused him to be exiled. And so this is post-exile. He's now drifting, is what it's called. And he's been cast out with these shapeshifters, and you see the visuals of my interpretation of that. But a shapeshifter is a character that is almost humanoid, but not quite. Okay, but they don't have their own voice, and at least currently, they don't have a unified language of any kind. They don't communicate that way. So language is foreign to them. With the exception of only a few, I understand. At least that's my understanding.
Right.
And so what Zepp is going to realize is, wait a minute, they feel like I feel, they just don't have a voice. They've never used a voice. Okay? And the shapeshifters represent all of us who are afraid to use our voices authentically. So, if you're one of those people who has so much anxiety,
Right.
that you can't use your voice when you really want to, then maybe you're a shapeshifter. You've been cast out. You don't have the voice that you want, right?
Okay, right.
And so ultimately, as you'll see as it goes, we're all shapeshifters.
Kind of
Right.
reminds me of a young rich co-hosting on a certain podcast.
Hey, I don't know what you mean. But this chapter is, again, the darkest chapter in the story, but it's a banger because what I love about it. If I were going to tell you of any song here that had some similar sounds in it to The Wall.
Okay.
Floyd,
Oh, wow.
I think this is the one song that has some very similar tones and characteristics of some of the dark songs on Pink Floyd's The Wall.
Nice. Okay. And the title of this one is
Drifting.
By order of the Directorate, Zepp Floyd has been formally stripped of his title as Word Keeper. Citing linguistic deviation and unauthorized memory preservation, officials have ordered his immediate shunning. All sanctioned references to Floyd are to be erased. Citizens are reminded, words shape order and order must be protected.
Once I was a king, iron fist and broadsword. Everyone come
Can you help me? You, please, please. I'm cold. I have nowhere to stay. I have no currency. I have nothing. They don't understand me. They don't even know how to speak. They don't even know how to speak.
All right, we are back. That was drifting, and that was kind of where he's gone now more into the dark side of it, as you would say.
This is the point, where it is the darkest chapter of the story. He's been exiled. He was on top of the world. He, had hot chicks that were feeding him lobster. He was making money. He was
living the good life, as some
he
people
was
would
living the life that those people live.
Right.
And meanwhile, he was wreaking havoc on the citizens, so to speak.
Right.
And now all of a sudden he's been outcast with all of them. And he's realizing he's trying to get help, and he's realizing that they don't understand. They don't have a voice. They can't talk.
Right.
And it dawns on him, wait a minute. Maybe I can help them find their voice.
Yeah, because I was going to say, we hear that in those lyrics where he goes, they can't speak. Oh, they can't think. Yeah.
Right. So the next song is called Awakening.
Okay.
And as the name implies, for lack of a better term, he's having a spiritual awakening, realizing that all those he's oppressed are now the ones he's turning to.
Okay.
And that he has something here that he needs to do, something powerful.
Okay. Before we get further into that here real quick, I just want to check up on comments here.
Sure.
Back to when we were talking about social media, T-Mac said, Laura and I were talking about this weekend. Social media was fun and nice back in the day, but now humanity has ruined it like most good things. Little Doggy says he no longer posts on his YouTube channel. One other thing I want to throw out here, it's a break from the show, but I wanted to give a shout out to Little Doggy. He got me a couple little birthday gifts.
He did. He got some cool stuff.
Yeah, he got a couple new lights for the studio and everything, so a little brighter in here. But yeah, he also got us this cool little sad trombone, it's called. It even came with a little book of its origin.
Oh, that's cool.
And we may read it on the show because it's a pretty good read, man. But he said, I can't believe I haven't heard the rusty trombone yet today. So there you go. We're going to use that now anytime we tell a joke or something on the show that just doesn't hit quite right. You're going to get that. Yeah.
Put some red, take a Sharpie and put a little red here and there on it like rust.
There you go.
Really call it.
Right, the rusty trombone.
Yeah.
Also joining us on YouTube, Ronnie James, Rehab Punk. He says, I heard it, and he says, I don't know why you didn't let me sing on it, man.
Yeah, no, there were many people I wanted to sing on it, and originally the first idea of this project was I was going to get local people to do it, but I just realized that what I was going to ask of them to do would have been too much of a commitment to ask of any individual to spend a year and a half on a project that you probably won't make anything on.
Right.
Now maybe I'll get lucky, it happens to some people sometimes, but because I'm not asking people to go out and buy this.
Right.
You know, you could if you want to. It is available that way, but everybody just streams now.
Right.
So all I want is for people to stream it, you know, and maybe there's a chance that people will notice it and it will take off. And then the next project that I do would involve, because then I would have credibility. I would say, look, you know, I wrote this, it did this. Now I'm writing this and I want to do this.
Right.
And I could work with the artist like that, but I have to have, you know, something that matters and is relevant to them to even consider really committing that kind of time.
Absolutely, absolutely. Rehab Punk, Ronnie James says, makes you want to listen and smoke from the mind of one sick individual disturbed. Yeah,
that's right. That's
so
right.
set us up with this next one. What are we going to hear now?
So we're at Awakening, and this is the moment that, you know, he's been in exile and he's recognized that there's more to the shapeshifters and that there's something in him that's moving and he's changing.
Okay.
And so this is his awakening.
All right, let's check it out right now here on Rich and the People.
Impossible. The mute one speaks again. Zeph's file was sealed, his voice erased.
Not erased, Director. Replicated. He's reached the shapeshifters, giving them language. They're mimicking our commands.
He's teaching them words, then he's teaching them thought. So, the silence breaks, and the echoes turn against their masters.
Give them a job to do. You wanna leverage the language, but when you've never spoken up, it's pretty fucking hard to do. Shapeshifters, the obscene and the unmade. Their utterances called crimes, I know. On many I pray. I hear them breathe between my words, shadow shaping syllables, learning to be heard, learning to be heard. Learning to be heard. Voices I've deprived, metaphorical Iron Maiden. Instead of sin, I now hear song, the precious sound of new words. I cannot undo all I made wrong, but there's something that's been stirred. I feel them move beneath my skin. Whispers I once caged, aching to begin, aching to begin, aching to begin. They bloom like ink in water's dream, ghost tongues unfurling slow. Each vowel a vein of memory, each consonant a glow.
accused of inciting rebellion. Citizens urged to remain calm.
All right. We are back here on Rich and the People. We've got the man himself, Patrick, in the chair, dropping the Zepp Floyd album. That song was...
that song is called Awakening.
Okay.
And it is, in fact, when the character in the story has that spiritual awakening. So it's a really interesting song. It changes up a lot. It had a nice little modern twist in some of the guitar work, which I enjoyed doing. The next song...
Yeah, real quick, we had a comment. Bundy joined in on Facebook, said, "What up? Excited for the drop today."
Yeah, man. Me too, buddy. Me too. As I said at the beginning, so I use DistroKid, and I've never done this before. It's my first time to do this. So,
Okay.
I had it set to launch today, and it does launch today. It launched technically at midnight, but I
Right.
guess every service, whether it's Spotify, iHeart, Apple Music, has a certain process when the song is sent from DistroKid, who's the distribution service.
Okay.
That they go through for the copyright and all of that stuff. And as it's original music, it has other steps it has to go through to make sure I haven't ganked anything
Right.
from somebody else, you know.
Yeah.
But it will, over the next few hours, start to appear on all 23 listening platforms.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So one thing that's interesting, if you look at the album or the images of Zepp, that is actually, I took a photo of my oldest son and used him, had AI use him as the character.
Oh, okay.
And make him into Zepp Floyd.
Okay.
So that was fun to do. His voice is also the voice of Zepp Floyd, so I thought it was appropriate that he might be cast as the character. He's the right age.
Right.
You know, he's 27 almost, and so it's a good fit for that,
like
that
there.
time frame. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that, man. I can, absolutely.
Now, if you look
Now that you mention it,
you can see it in there. Yeah, absolutely. So the next song, and there's only a couple left. The next song is a really the cataclysmic song, because this is where that it goes into the full-on change, and he is now one of the shapeshifters.
Okay.
They're now into the rebellion. Or the beginning stages of the rebellion. Things seem to be going wrong for the directorate. You know, the antagonist of the story, at least if you believe this is all the truth. There are lots of clues in there. You have to really look at it and help me fill in the blanks on what the real story of Zepp Floyd is. But in theory, this is where he has completely gone the other direction against the directorate, and is now a force that they're trying to contend with.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Let's check it out right here now. Next title up is
This song is called Shape Shifting.
Shape Shifting. Here we go.
Shun populace. Angels assure citizens that all linguistic anomalies remain fully contained. Director of Security Forces advance as illusions spread throughout our wards.
me I was special and the world it could be mine. Now you refuse to look at me when my life is on the line. You lie, you lie, you lie. When the cold shackles are released, what then becomes of me? Will I be left burning in a pile of the diseased? You lie, you lie, you lie. Starfire shared by the sun, its radiance is somehow truer, that I'm not the favorite son. We rise, we rise, we rise. Seen by the masses to whom I showed my boot before. Not to ignore. We rise, we rise, we rise. Nurse my sores, scabs I wore as badges. We are shapeshifters. We rise from the ashes. We rise, we rise, we rise. They ride in the dust where the cameras can't see. The courage, a spark, and the code of the free. While silence is law and the iron command, the fire still breathes as we make a stand.
All right, we are back. That one, starting to close it out, man, here at the end. That one was called...
It's called Shape-Shifting, and that's the next to the last song on the album. Actually, it was going to be the last song on the album originally, and when I was done, I was just like, man, I just feel like, the way it opened, it needs a punctuation mark.
Right.
It needs a punctuation mark where you're stating that he's reached a plateau where that people are using their voices, or that's what he's telling them to do. It's the full circle moment from the very beginning when he's interviewing to become a word keeper to the end where he has turned on the directorate and is now standing with those who have been exiled, drifters and shapeshifters,
right?
And empowering them to use their voice. And I wanted to go out with just something that was instrumentally, vocally great, but instrumentally was just a feast of music. And I feel like I did that. Look, I mentioned earlier that it'll be out on all the platforms. It was released today. Some of these platforms might take 24 to 48 hours before you see it searchable there. But keep trying, and certainly I'll let you know as soon as I see it on the first one pop up. But I hope that you'll go out and stream it and check it out. If you like it, would you just do me a favor? I'm not asking you to buy anything. I don't want you to spend any money or anything like that. But if you like it and you've enjoyed it, then when it's on the streaming service, share it with a friend. Share it with somebody who doesn't know about the album, and maybe we can do something with this, because I do feel like that I've created something really interesting.
I think so, man. I absolutely love it. Yeah, man.
I feel like it's a year and a half. It's the best creative thing I've ever made in my life, in my opinion.
Right.
And I'm very happy with how it turned out, and I hope that everybody who listens will not only be happy with how they hear it, but that they're engaged and intrigued by the bigger story.
Right. Well, and I think, some of the cool things about it too is we saw, as comments were coming in, and whether you support, some recreational use of things, or or medically even.
Yeah.
A lot of people connect to kind of connect it to that nostalgia or a period of their life.
It would not hurt to be in any circumstance hearing this music. There's no circumstance this music isn't good for.
Right. Exactly. I also think that it's really cool that there are some holes in the story for you to fill in on your own. As you're listening to it.
I think that's one of the most important parts of it, because I think we can build something together that's really unique and different, than anything anyone has really done. If we put together our own story, then we can tell it how we want to.
Right.
Maybe this grows and we can turn it into something that's a visual medium as well as a musical medium. Maybe there's another chapter.
Right.
Maybe there's many chapters. I don't know how people will respond to the characters and to the story and to what the possibilities are. But I think it would be fun to create a community or a sub-community, whatever you want to call it, of people who are building on this story and exploring this story, and
that would be
taking
awesome.
different sides of the story,
A Zeb Floyd Reddit, thread or something.
Maybe so. So the final song on the album, appropriately, is called Speak.
Okay.
And it is the culmination of everything where, the message is use your voice.
Awesome.
And it's a banger.
Did you make this Zep Floyd Facebook page?
No, I did not. I don't know what that is.
What?
Okay.
So,
you already got a
great
Facebook
question.
page, yeah.
Great question. I don't know where.
Well, and that's Zep Floyd. The actual title is ZEBB.
No,
correct?
PP.
PP. It is.
No, it's
Yeah, Zep
PP.
Floyd.
My bad. I apologize. So
It is.
all right. Well, we're gonna play this last song for everybody, man.
Yeah.
And we're gonna send it out on this. So
Good to see everybody.
I
as
was gonna
always.
say, man, I want to thank you so much for coming in. And
Yeah, it's always a great time.
studio, bro. It's it's great to have you back in the saddle, bro.
It was fun to be here, man. Thank you for doing it. It's an honor to be able to debut it on the show.
Well, thank you so much.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely. As everybody, check out pretty much all streaming platforms. Zeb Floyd out by the one, the only Patrick Beam.
Yep.
Officially dropping everywhere today at some point. So stay tuned on Facebook. Like you said, I'm sure you'll drop a post as soon as it drops, and we're going to drop this last song for you. We will see you back here tomorrow, bright and early, 8 a.m. Later, everybody.
See ya.
Late.
Unrest among the shapeshifters. Planetary promises. Swift restoration order.
The shapeshifters rise. The word keeps echoes through
Keepers at Floyd accused of inciting rebellion. Citizens urged to remain calm. Remain calm.
Silence is dead. The voice outside your head speak. Speak song.
incited by Zeb Floyd and his shapeshifter rebellion, but it's not over. The Directorate will find a way to silence him again. Order will be restored.